Hello everybody, my name is Keenan. Today we're playing a bit of League of Legends. Today I'm doing something a little bit different in the sense of playing a character that is not in the recommended role. Actually, ironically, in the past, Galio, who I am playing, used to always be a support character. But now, because so many people decided that he was so amazing, roughly 2 years ago, as a middle laner, they removed him from the support roster. So I am going to be bringing that back in this match. So with Galio, a few very important things about him. First one is that whenever you get his shield, you do get a passive shield based upon your maximum health. And whenever you click it, or whenever you begin charging, as it says. One moment. I have no clue what our case is doing. Oh, that. Oh, that was good dodge. Two seconds. Darn. Anyway, so his second ability, it will reduce incoming damage based upon his ability power, magic resist, and health. There are the exact stats for that. And my ADC for some reason just ported. Anyway, as I was saying, and then whenever you release it, it will deal some damage. And then it will also it will taunt them. First ability is where we'll throw a little wind thing from left and right of me. And whenever it hits the opponents, it will do a little tornado thing. Actually, it does tornado thing no matter what, but still. And then third ability is a little rush. And you see how he slams down on the ground? That would be his passive, which scales with physical damage, ability power, and magic resist. So we're going to try and hit all three of those of the physical damage, magic resist, and ability power. And a small amount of health. Oh, darn. Oh, okay. There we go. I love it whenever people have the Poros as an emote, because I always have Brum. If you don't know the character Brum, all of his emotes have Poros in them, which are those little fluff ball things. Now, one thing I do have to watch out is whenever I do the ground slam thing with Galio, it does do an AoE, so sometimes you might trigger it and hit multiple minions and kill ones that you don't want killed, because it will consume your charges. There's a little tornado thing I mentioned. This one. And then we can flex.
Would you like to ride on my massive shoulder?
So in the past, whenever he was treated like a support character, what you'd always do is... Give me a second. Ah! That was amazing. Elise is one of the best early game characters for ganks. And if you are playing with somebody who knows their character, it is really stinking hilarious of how destructive they can be. Well, I have 800. First time I will build is Rod of Ages, I think. Just because it gets me my scaling. Obviously it gives me ability power, so I won't ever have to worry about that again after I get it. It gives me mana, ability power, and health. I will start with the Blasting Wand just to make sure that I do boost my attack most. So that went up, I think, by 20. Roughly 20. Looks like Urgot might want revenge. Nope, he just warded. And there it is again. That Urgot is not having a fun time. You want Urgot because Urgot's actually good against Galio, because Galio gets that passive magic shield. Because Urgot's a physical damage champion, he's supposed to do very well against it. Because it just means that some of my bonus resistance is totally ignored by him. The only problem is just that we have a powerhouse of a jungler. And it looks like our Silas stole their Xerxes ult.
I didn't choose to come to life, but
And I forgot to mention, Galio's last ability is his ult, where it will mark an ally champion of your choice, and then after a few seconds you will lunge to them. And then it will pop up anybody in a massive area into the air, which then you can combo with all of your other abilities for stunning and disabling. Ooh, dang, that's just very, very good for us. Alright, grabbing 2 of the heart crystals, ruby crystals technically, while building into our next item, because mana has not been much of a problem yet. So rune-wise, Undying Grasp, Font of Life for just a bit of heal back to my teammates, because it says whenever I impair an opponent, it will heal me and the lowest health nearby ally. Bone Plating for early defense, Overgrowth for just scaling for late game, Cheap Shot because anything that impairs, so taunts, slows, stuns, airborne, etc. It will just make it where they take true damage. And then Ultimate Hunter, just so that my ult will come back quicker. Ah, see, I got the minion, so I can't get the tank. That was the exact mistake I was speaking about.
An enemy has been slain.
It's always fun to taunt with Galio.
hide in my
Tad bit of bad mannerage. So they know the Elise is there, but if she gets attacked, I can just ult over there. So one thing to note about Galio is that he does lunge backwards slightly and then goes forwards. So if an enemy is right behind you, you really don't want to use the lunge if you're too close, because it will hang you up on them. And if you're under a tower, you're just done for. Boom. So hopefully the Elise can get out of there. Nope. I don't know why our Silas waited so long to actually participate. Well, at that point, he should have just ported. I have no mana. Sadly, all of them were just like 2 basic attacks from getting rid of them. I'm going to say my burn was not back up, because if it was, then that means I failed to secure one of the kills. So I pulled the minions up there because the mage minions actually go in a certain line to where they won't get closer to the tower before the next wave comes. Just a little trick I've learned over time. so feat of strength, we do have the first 3 kills of the game. So next one we will want is either taking the first tower, which seems like top lane is closest, or getting 3 jungle mobs, which we already have 2. So the only downside about really destroying the Urgot is that the Smolder is really high level, because XP is split between the characters that are there. And because Urgot has not been there, he has basically been leveling up his ally from his absence. Urgot's ult is an execute, so if you're below, I think it is 15% health, it will just one-shot you. Not one-shot, but it'll shoot out a chain, hook you, and pull you back to him. Kaboom! Wow.
Ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
I do not know how he's living, but... What is it? Smolder.
An enemy has been slain.
I kind of think of the name for some reason. Okay. So I'll start buying me boots. If I would have burned the Urgot there, we definitely would have gotten the kill. Without risking our case eye. Next item I will be getting will be Lich Bane. It empowers your base attack on the next hit. And it is actually really high scaling with physical damage. And as I said, this one, the passive ability, also does physical damage. So I will go with the support option of the first one, which is the Celestial Opposition, which makes it where you are highly more resistant to damage. And I forgot to grab a scanner ward again. Every time, without fail.
What should I break next?
There we go. And that's Urgot's ult. Yep. And looks like we got first tower. Ooh, that was a good teleport. So her ult has it where she teleports behind a target she has marked. So right whenever he was dashing to grab her, she teleported right behind him to dodge it. Very well timed on her part. Alright, so grabbing the scanner. They don't have much ability power, but they do have a lot of slows, I believe. Yeah, all their characters slow, at the very least. So I'm going to go with Boost of Swiftness. Because that one gives me a lot of move speed and reduces all slow effectiveness by 25%. And then once I get my next full item, I'll be able to get Swift March, so I will be incredibly fast. So next item is Lich Bane. York's given us a warning that he's been getting ganked a lot by the Trundle, and if the Gnostus gets too many kills under his belt, he'll just really become overpowered. So that's what that is in the chat.
I've seen. Not sure I understand it, but
Dodge his ult. Yeah, I used to play Urgot a lot, so I do know how to dodge ults. Alright, Evelyn's about to jump in. Yeah, it's not worth for me to jump after it.
So many things to squash. What are you looking at?
Yeah. So that was not the wisest decision we could have done. We got to watch out for the Smolder ult. There it is. Don't know why she turned around. Should not have turned around. But he did use Flash. So Trundle is slowly catching up with the Elise because she has been dying too much. So that is one problem we will have to try and avoid.
I remember this place. Oh, just need someone to turn the page.
Now our guy, he got this, which reduces our armor, which might be why he is winning the team fights.
Excuse me, but which Keenan are we on now? Busted.
There we go. Oh, our York's down here. How nice of him. Alright, so this Earth Dragon will actually benefit me a whole bunch. Because Earth Dragons increase your magic resist and armor. By, I believe, a percentage. Yes, 5%. So that actually just boosts all of my stats, mainly my shield. Well, not... The magic resist bonus shield that I get whenever I'm blocking, I should say. And also it upgrades my physical damage slightly. Sadly I can't afford anything yet. 8 seconds. Now depending on how many stacks that Nasus has, that's not going to be a good fight. Come on. And that is what you call a combo. Alright. So nobody's taking the red buff, so I guess I will. You got scary. You got this scary, Zareth. That's your weakness. I think he means scaredy. Like he wants to run from us. Or fights. Don't know. Oh, yeah, that's not good. Because with that, they will be able to press 2 towers. So Nasus is actually very weak to magic unless it gets a bunch of magic resist, which that one did not. Oh, darn. That was well done by the Urgot. Yeah, can't catch him. Dang. So if we're going for the Akatan, or however you pronounce it, the reason why our York said free is because their biggest hitters are dead, mainly their jungler. but also our jungler is back alive. Alright, so now that it's close, I'm going to go up here, make sure their jungler doesn't come. Teammate got the smite off.
I don't know why life chose me, but I'm glad it did.
Alright, so we got the Elise out, and that's all that was the only goal there. Now, the Trundle has built a whole bunch of magic resist. Switch target back onto me from the Nasus. And booyah.
It's the only place I've been.
Also, while we're waiting in this in-between time, while we're waiting on Dragon to spawn and everything else, if you guys have any recommendations of champions you want me to play, go ahead and put it in the comments. Also, possibly builds, and I'll try them out. Can't promise we'll make it into a video immediately, because some characters I am just terrible at. For example, Poppy. Could not make Poppy work, I tried. I'll need to practice with her behind the scenes a little bit more, so it's not just an absolutely atrocious video. Similar with Set. But yeah, throw in your recommendations and I'll try it. Alright, so we got our second full item, so we can get the Triumphant Boots to their better version of the Swift March. But I think I'm going to go with some magic resist, or even physical resist. Looks like I also need to be getting to my team. They have a lot of physical damage, so I think I'm going to put into Thornmail. Mainly because the, can't think of the word. The enemy team, they do have a bunch of healing through that Trundle, and later on that will become a problem. Same with the Nasus, but Nasus's healing is less of a threat just because Nasus is slow.
I fell in love with the clan.
So Silas took Urgot's ult again. And it's obvious why he's doing that. It's just because it's such a powerful ult because it's an execute.
The world goes by in a flash. We've lost.
There the Urgot had to use his flash. Yep, couldn't get I was trying to get that ward, but I was not able to. I have no clue why the Nasus used his ult.
Must be some powerful magic around here.
5 seconds till mine. We'll see if she gets out.
I hated the sound of the ocean.
Alright, so I am very close to my net to the first stage of the Thornmail, which will make them have grievous wounds, which reduces all healing by 40%. As I mentioned, it's very powerful against the Trundle and somewhat the Nasus. Actually, anybody who has Bloodthirster, none of them have that. So I'm going to go run and grab that item real quick. So now if any of their guys attack me, they will reduce their own healing. And characters that have already gotten a boost in healing item like Spirit Visage, that one says increases it by 25%, while mine reduces it by 40%. So basically I make that their item almost worthless.
I love walking. It sounds like thunder.
An enemy has been slain.
I'm going to see if I can catch this Trundle.
I wish mountains had faces.
Ah, missed.
I always wonder what lies beyond this land. Something fragile.
See, now our biggest problem is that the Nasus is infinite scaling if he's farming minions, which he definitely has been. He's at 500 stacks. But more so is the Smolder. He gets an execute after he gets above 200, I think. And he's above 200.
That doesn't mean I ought.
York is saying if we get Baron, we win.
Which way's the fun?
He's probably right. We've been winning most team fights.
It's time to move. Shake it.
So probably the ideal would be to shove every lane instead of just one. But we don't know of how well we can fight them.
Someone please get the pigeons out of my way.
So now that they don't have a tower, there we go. There's one. Ooh, I got that one. So I gotta watch out for that Smolder because he will destroy me. That's why I went ahead and backed off and teleported.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
Once we get this dragon, we should be able to win the game because that'll put us on equal footing to the Smolder. As I said, his execute thing, personally, it's the most overpowered passive in the game. Because it literally is infinite scaling, so the longer the game goes on, it actually increases the percentage that you have to be at. Or that you could be at, I should say. So like at the start it's like 10% of their health, later on it's 11, then 12. And I've seen some games where they last so long that I got up to 40% health, which is just insane. Because that's even higher than the item collector. Which that one is, I think, 11%? So the main thing here is just that we gotta whittle them down a little bit, because we do have the dragon buff. Biggest part is they have a tower. And now they don't. This is not going too well for us. Yeah, we're getting to a point where their tankiness is overcoming of how much damage we deal. So, looks like almost all the damage I took was physical damage. I might build more armor. I'm tempted to. I think I'll hit the middle ground and get Sunfire Aegis. Undying Despair would also be a very powerful one. I think I'll build Undying Despair. I use this item a whole bunch, but the main reason for it is just that it heals you back. So this one says every 4 seconds in combat, where the Sunfire Aegis is every 3 seconds. So there is a big difference between there, but it's just, arguably it's better. So our York did survive, but does he have dragon buff? No, he does not. So none of us have dragon or baron buff. So that means the battlefield is equal playing field, except for us having the super minions charging their base. So one clean wipe on our part is a win, but if they do a clean wipe on against us, they could win. So it's a mix between playing just cautious enough to offset them in the minion department, but also doing enough to prevent them from just wiping us out. Ah, darn. Teammate died because of the smolder. So Baron is live again. But likely they will try and engage us here. Now I will say what would be absolutely hilarious and very scummy to do is if our, who is it? York would just backdoor them by teleporting in. Yeah, I can't get in that fight. Or Silas is doing it. Yep.
Rampage.
So once I get in range, I will ult in. Can we rephrase? Once I usefully get it in range. So sadly my damage just isn't that high. That's my biggest problem right now. Alright, so there's that one. Heading Baron real quick. Not Baron. Heading Dragon real quick because it just spawned. If we get it, it should be an easy sweep through them. Besides that Smolder, he's almost at 300 farm, so he's almost entirely full build. Without our jungler, this is very risky.
It's completely unfair. I didn't ask to be this impressive.
ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Unstoppable.
So the minions are starting to take their main base.
I'm a big man.
Likely their Trundle will be rushing towards us, trying to prevent this. Or I guess he's clearing out all the minions. That also makes a little bit of sense. Ooh, we do have Undying Despair. Then lastly, I need an item that will make it where if I catch that Smolder, he will be toast. I think I'm going to go with Rylai's, actually. Main reason is because I will be ditching this Celestial Opposition. It's a good item, but I'll be giving up some resistance to almost guarantee a kill on the Smolder because it'll reduce his move speed. And once his move speed's reduced, my team might actually be able to kill him. But he's been playing this game very well.
The enemy's inhibitor has been slain. Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
Some sort of big deal.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
So he thinks he can take me. But it doesn't really matter because my team is already beating them. So in this case, I'm just targeting the base because their Smolder will definitely be able to clear us up. Or clear us out. And that is game. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe. And throw in some comments of what you'd like to see. Have a good rest of your night.